So hello students, welcome to EduTap, and today we'll be covering a very important report for your examination, that is our the State of Food and Agriculture report that is released by FAO, and it was announced recently, okay, in the month of November. So before we start our report, I have a very quick announcement for you all. So EduTap has recently launched an ultimate guidebook for all the NABARD aspirant. So as you can see in your screen, so what happened whenever we are preparing for any exam or let's say NABARD examination, many questions come in our mind. So let's say we are preparing for NABARD examination. The first query that comes in our mind is, what does NABARD actually do? So this query will be answered through this particular guidebook that you can see in your screen. Then let's say now you are interested, after knowing the role and the function of NABARD, you are interested in joining the NABARD. So how you can do that? It can be done through examination. So all the information related to the examination, like what subject you should prepare, what is the cutoff, eligibility, age relaxation kya hai. So all those kind of queries will be again answered through this particular guidebook that you can see in your screen. Let's say now you are ready to prepare for NABARD examination. The biggest hurdle that is in front of you is what should be your strategy and what should be your sources. So this ultimate guidebook will provide you the 6-step strategy for NABARD examination as well as good sources to prepare for NABARD examination. Let's say now you have cleared the NABARD examination. Now you want to know about the salary. Okay, postings कैसी होंगी, work life balance. So again this particular guidebook will help you throughout the preparation and after preparation too. So that is why it is an ultimate guidebook for all the aspirants. So let's summarize what this guidebook is providing you. So first of all, it is saving your time. Okay, एक ही guidebook से 30 pages की guidebook, you are getting all the information, so you don't have to go from sources to sources. Then it is giving you definite answer, there is no confusion, जो लिखा है वो सच है. Okay, so definite answer are there. Then it is also saving your time, saving your effort, and the most important thing is this guidebook is absolutely free for you all. So what you'll have to do, just go in the description box, check out the link, register yourself and download this particular guidebook. So that was about the guidebook. Now let's move to the topic, that is SOFA report. So first of all, let's see. You are expecting that when we are talking about the state of food and agriculture, this report might be talking about कि food कितना है, production, okay, or let's say what is the state of hunger and that kind of question. No. See, this time in 2022, this particular report focused on the digitalization. Okay, digitalization and automation of agriculture. So how we can apply more technology in the agriculture. So let's say they have also given the evolution of agriculture or map for that. So you can see earlier manual tool used to happen, then animal traction, that means we started using animal, okay, for doing the agriculture work. Then motorized mechanization, tractor kind of instrument are used. Then digital equipment, okay, internet of things kind of things will happen. Then now we are progressing toward the robotic and AI. So this is the future envision for the agriculture field that they have given. According to them, this can help very well, to help us do precise agriculture, precision agriculture that we call, as well as to save environment. Okay, since you are using the tools or the sources that are there in a very efficient manner, that will help you preserve the environment. So again, it is focusing on the sustainable development goal 2030, and in that direction they suggested that we should move from digital equipment to robotic equipment. Okay, so you can see where they are focusing when we are talking about the digitalization, the livestock census they are talking about, driverless tractor we are talking about, fish finders we are talking about. Okay, so these kind of things. Then moving to the robotic, harvest robot, it means you don't need to do any work, you can just give a command and robot will do it for you. So harvesting can be made easy. Fruit pickers are there. Okay, autonomous spraying robots are there. This can also reduce the risk of pesticide and weedicide, or let's say any chemical we are using, to the human health. So this time this particular report talk about the automation. So there is not much data to discuss, but whatever data, 2-3 highlights are there, that is very important for your exam, that you'll have to know. Then we will see the part where the India was mentioned. Okay, from our country, what tools were there. Again, many schemes of government were also there, so we will look into that. First of all, moving to the highlights. So first of all, it told about the employment given by the agriculture. So this was the globally you can see how much are the low income farmers, how much is the lower middle class, how much is the upper, and of course high income farmers are very low since the beginning, and it keep going lower and you can see the other income part too. Okay, so number overall the number is decreasing. Okay, so there you can see. So this was about the employment data. Not much to discover, not much to remember, but what you can do, see, when you're giving any answer, so you can code this data. Okay, see, we have seen a decline in employment provided in agriculture, okay, due to automation. Of course, when you are doing precision agriculture automation, you are taking the help of AI. What will happen? Even the digitalized method or the mechanization, the tool that we use, na, so that what they do, labor need is lowered. Okay, so agriculture become more efficient. So this is the main reason for that particular fall. But let's see the other highlight. So this again was the very important highlight. Other report that other data that is given in the report is basically theories they have given, the vision they have. Not much data is provided, and the data that was there is not very important because continental data was there. Nothing particular about India. So what was important when we talked about the digitalization, so 27 case studies were there, and they have taken different applications that are there in the agriculture field. And in India, we will talk about the operation in the India. So first of all, they talk about the Aqua Connect. So even if you don't want to read the whole paragraph, what you'll have to do, you'll have to know in which country they are operating and what is the name of the operation. So they talked about the Aqua Connect. Then you can go what actually they are doing or what services they are providing. So basically the digital aquaculture solution. Okay, so this is basically related to your fisheries sector. So one thing you'll have to know here. Then what is it is doing, basically monitoring and documentation it is doing of the agriculture farmers, so that they know कि कितना efficient हो रहा है the farming they are doing, how much productivity is there and how they can improve it. Okay, according to that they can implement the policies. So again, input provide, buyers support, all that kind of that. Aqua Connect also maintain the physical center Aqua Hub. So it is, although it's a digital service, they also have physical center. Okay, on the ground level they have an office that is there to help the fish farmer, and that is our Aqua Hub. Okay, so this was the important part. Again, you can see particularly they are focusing on the shrimp farmers and the what are the barriers and other things are there. Okay, so this was about first case study about India. The second one was Cropin. This is again primarily used in India and sub-Saharan Saharan Africa. Okay, so here what is happening, the software platform that provide a complete farm and farmer management system. So they are using, what they are using, the artificial intelligence, they are using data analytics, they are using internet of things, they are using sensor, remote sensing, that kind of let's say they are helping to be precise and helping in the precision agriculture. So one thing you can get there, see what happened, you need to have many tools to go for the precision agriculture, but what they are doing, they are providing the services. You can give some money, or you can just ask for their help, and they will provide you their assistance. So that kind of service is given under the cropping system. It was established in 2010. You can see the number of user and targeted sector is the crop. So again, you can read the policy barrier. See, in the policy barrier itself, the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare was mentioned. That is why I have added, although it is also in the sub-Saharan African countries. You can see the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare in India has developed a major digital application under the India Digital Ecosystem Agriculture. Again, very important this idea, the question, many times the question come from this particular topic, so you should know about the idea, that is India Digital Ecosystem for Agriculture, to boost the technology and adoption of the farmer. Then ENAM platform was discussed. We all know it's a pan India electronic platform, so that was discussed. Again, the DBT, डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफर, आधार कार्ड होना चाहिए, बैंक अकाउंट होना चाहिए, मोबाइल नंबर होना चाहिए. सो डीबीटी वाज डिस्कस अगेन हियर टू हेल्प द फार्मर्स. अगेन दिस ऑल इज हेल्पिंग इन द डिजिटलाइजेशन ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर. So that is why the cropping was discussed and the policy barrier and enabler. In that case, it is an enabler was discussed in this particular topic. Then moving to the third case study that was done in the India, that was Grobo Mac. So it was again established in 2014, operated in India. Again, it was in the testing stage. We are targeting especially cotton when we are talking about the Grobo Mac. So you can study the here single service operated electric power semi-autonomous auto precision cotton packing machine they are trying to sell by the name of Grobo Mac. Okay. Earlier to what they are doing precision agriculture, rather they are providing services. Here they are providing a solution kind of service. Okay. They are helping to pick the cotton. Okay, without damaging the crop using the high speed robotic arm assisted by the computer vision and AI technology. Okay, I think that is very much clear. No need to go for this one. Just read what is Grobo Mac again, because it is operated in India. What does it does? Because see, again in the SOFA it was discussed. That is why you should know about that. SOFA it was discussed. That is why you should know about that. So this was about the SOFA. One more report that is there, that is important, and data regarding that is important. That again quickly we will discuss. Although the report was a little laid back, released laid back. Okay, so this was the state of forest, world's forest 2022. Okay, so we will discuss about that. So first of all, this report talks about how much we have lost 420 million hectare of the land, of the forest land, of the forest area. That is 10%, 10.34. You can, if you don't want to remember the exact figure, just go for 10%. So almost 10% we have lost in the last 30 years. Okay, between 1990 to 2020. Again, although report is coming out in 2022, the data pertaining to the report is latest up to the year 2020. Okay, again one thing you should know, that the 10 million hectare land was lost between the 2015 2020. So it was, the rate was lowered. Okay, earlier it was more than 10 million per hectare in 5 years, but in 2015 2020 we controlled it a little and it came down to 10 million hectare. Then what is the risk? So 68% mammal के लिए थोड़ा सा risky हो जाता है, because they are dependent on the forest. Then 75% bird species dependent on the forest, and 80% amphibians that are dependent on the forest, they all come under a threat because of the declining forest that this report talked about. Then the forest sector contribute 1.52 trillion of world gross domestic economy, and 33 million people get their employment directly or indirectly from the forest that we talked about. Okay, again these highlights are important that you should know. Talking about a little bit, going more in the report and what are the highlights of the report. So first thing you should know that, again economy very important. 1.5 trillion economy directly come from the forest. Again, you, what you can do, even if direct question is not there, the question about conservation is there, you can quote this particular data. So this is what, that is why this report is very important. Then the forest sector account for 1% of the global employment. So employment through forestry. So forestry is also giving the employment that we have discussed. So 2.6 people still rely on the wood for what? For their household cooking. So this report relay that. So again, if you are talking about the conservation, you can quote this particular data. 2.6 is not a very hard figure to remember. This will help you polish your answer. Then moving, at least 3.5 billion people use non-wood forest product. Again, if we talk about the forest wood, let's say timber is there, the paper pulp is there, the thing that we get directly from the woods, that is 5.6 billion people are dependent. But non-wood product, it means essential oil that we get, paper that we get, the medicines that we get, the fruits that we get, vegetable that we get. So that kind of thing is a 3.5 billion people. So that was about the two report released by FAO. Again, very important for your examination. We have discussed the important part and the important report. What you can do, just remember the name of the report, who releases it, because this is the basic information. Then the highlights. I don't think the data is very overwhelming, because little data is there, so you can do that very well. So that was it for the video. Oh, sorry. So combating of the forest. So when we are talking about the conservation, we have talked the loss of the forest. So how you can combat that? So first of all, we should see what is happening. The forest help us to mitigate the CO2. The CO2 emission is fixed by the forest. So what you'll have to do, if you are cutting the forest, you'll have to cut down the CO2 too. Why? It will maintain the balance. So avoid emitting 3.6 plus 2 minus 2 gigatons of carbon dioxide. Okay, so this is the target. This is the target, and 14% of that is targeted up to, have to be done to 2030. Okay, so this is the first target that we are trying to achieve through, by combating the loss of the forest. Then we should restore the degraded land and expand the agroforestry. See why we are focusing on agroforestry, because this agroforestry is providing the employment as well as the alternative option to the agriculture, the conventional monoculture agriculture, or cropping agriculture, that is providing the employment as well as the alternative. So that is why we are not saying ki leave your land and just go for forestry. We are saying imply the forest cover in your own land. So agroforestry we are going for. So again we are targeting 1.5 billion hectare of degraded land. It means the land that is in a way to become desert. It means it is at any stage of desertification. Okay, sand content बढ़ रहा है, salts बढ़ गए हैं, that kind of conditions are there. So we are targeting the those land to be restored. Then the third, sustainably using the forest and building the green value chain. That means we should know the supply and the demand, and we should also try to cut down the demand. ओके, सो अगेन वी हैव सीन वुड फायर के लिए कितने लोग डिपेंडेंट है, नॉन वुड प्रोडक्ट्स के लिए कितने लोग डिपेंडेंट है. सो वी शुड मेंटेन अ बैलेंस. सो वट एवर ट्री यू आर कटिंग, you should restore some portion of it altogether. So that is our target to combat. Again, this will help you polish your answer very well. These three again were only these three were mentioned in the report, the state of forest report, the global report by FAO. Only these three methods are were mentioned. Okay, so that is why I have mentioned only three. So that is for the video. I hope you like the video. Do let me know. If you are new here, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you want the PDF of this particular video, go join our Telegram channel too. Here the video will be uploaded, or the PDF will be uploaded in next 24 hours. So thank you so much for attending the video. If you have any query, do let me know. This is our contact, or you can write to us at hello@edutap.co.in. And if you're preparing for any regulatory body exam, go check our website too. So thank you so much.